Why do we need to go to counseling? Because we don't agree? We agree to disagree?
Yeah, those.
So now we need counseling because of that? Versus... What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Rio, and this is my wife Kyra, and we are back with another episode of Marriage Madness. This is now episode 9, and in this episode we're going to talk about counseling, therapy, premarital counseling, basically. How do we feel about it? What are our thoughts on premarital counseling? She normally starts first, but today I'm going to go ahead and lead. Being the man that I am, I'll lead. But my thoughts on counseling is, I feel like it's not needed. I kind of feel like if there's any situations in our marriage, in our relationship, or whatever, we should be able to hash it out before we go to someone else to give them our scenario and then them tell us how we should work it out. I just feel like that's just not okay with me. Because I feel like if we can't handle it in our household between us, we need someone else to tell us how to figure it out. I feel like that's whack. You looking at me?
I'm letting you talk.
Yeah, I just feel like that's whack. I feel like if anything, we should be able to talk out any situation, no matter what it is. No matter if it's an argument or whether it's a disagreement on anything. You may feel this way about something and I may feel this way about something. In our household, we should be able to come to a common ground where it's like, all right, I see where you're coming from, but I see where you're coming from as well. I don't feel like another person outside of our marriage or household should be able to tell us how we should fix that situation.
I feel you, but I'm gonna start by saying we didn't do premarital counseling before we got married. We have not done marriage counseling. I've suggested it before. He's against it. It wasn't a deal breaker for me. Do I feel like we could have benefited from it? Absolutely.
Why though?
I don't. From what you're saying, like you're against it because you feel like counseling has this everything has to be all bad scenario. Like you don't have to go to counseling when things are all bad. Like first of all, premarital counseling is before you get married, and you're not going because you spatting or you arguing and you trying to figure it out. You're going because you want to make sure that both of you are on the same page with majority, like everything.
Why do you need someone to tell you if y'all on the same page?
It's not about needing someone to tell you, but because I go to therapy outside of our relationship. I go to therapy for myself too.
Right. And
there's things that I realize from therapy that benefit me that I wouldn't have realized if I didn't have therapy. They're professionals. That's what they're for. So I advocate for therapy because I know that good could come from therapy. There could be things that trigger you that I don't know that triggers you until we have this conversation. And it may not necessarily be a conversation we just sit down and say it. It may have to come out with the help of a professional. It may be the same vice versa. Or there may be things that we need to discuss before or after we get married to make sure that stuff don't go left. Because things are a deal breaker for one person and maybe not the next person. So I'm an advocate for therapy. He's not. We have not come to a common ground or agreement with that. I don't feel like it's a deal breaker for us. But for me, I would recommend it for people before you get married. I would go to therapy. I would do premarital counseling. while you're married, even if nothing's wrong, I would do it. Even if you do it one time and realize it's not for me, then that's fine. But you kind of just got this negative thought about it from jump. So even if we
I kind of feel like if there's any back and forth, we should be able to figure it out without somebody else trying to tell us how to figure it out.
Therapy is not always a back and forth, though. It don't always have to be a back and forth.
It kind of is, though. Because it's
have you been to therapy to say that it's a back and forth?
No, I haven't.
Exactly.
But let's just say what I've heard about therapy is, okay, you go in, we're both in a room and we're talking with this person, and then you telling this person what bothers you. That is versus why can't you tell me what bothers you?
It's not that, but sometimes there's been times we get into an argument or disagreement, and it's like literally a agree to disagree, because I'm like in my way and I'm not able to see it from your perspective, and vice versa. But sometimes that professional can help you maneuver around a little bit better, or see what I'm saying. Maybe I'm not relaying it the right way. Maybe my approach is off. Maybe my explanation is off. But if that is the case and that professional is sitting there and they have knowledge, resources, and tools to help us navigate through it, and then moving forward, we can take that and learn from it and navigate and prevent maybe that disagreement or misunderstanding moving forward, I don't see nothing wrong with it. It's kind of like,
I just don't see how we can't figure it out on our own. I just don't see how a third party is okay. Well, Demario, maybe you should sit back and listen before you react to what Dakara is saying. That's what somebody's going to tell me. When in reality, I feel like you can tell me, like, babe, look, let me finish my statement, and then you can have a rebuttal.
But it don't always be that calm. So,
but you can make it that calm, though. In your relationship, I feel like you can make it that calm. It's not about aggressive all the time. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like if I'm talking to you and then we having a conversation, you like, babe, just hold on. I have no choice but to respect that hold on. Like, just listen. Let me talk. I'm not going to be like, no, hell no, you can't talk. I'm going to let you talk.
Yeah, but even then, there's still maybe a... we've gotten into spats where we don't think alike all the time. And sometimes it's like, I literally don't understand why you think this way, or I literally don't understand, and it could be something more so behind it. But when we do, because it's not very seldom, but we don't disagree or argue a lot, but when we do get into those disagreements, and it's more so of a let's agree to disagree and stop talking about it, right, it's still there. It's just kind of like, I'm gonna respect your opinion, you gonna respect mine, but it could be more of a need to understand, as opposed to I'm just gonna leave it alone because we ain't getting nowhere.
So do you ever feel like an issue that we have is never resolved?
Sometimes. I mean, not never resolved because we do get past it, but like resolved the right way, sometimes no.
Do you feel like we can resolve it?
I mean, we do. We figure it out, but
no, I'm not saying like, okay, we just move on from it, we ain't gonna talk about it no more. Let's just say if you stuck on that situation and it's like, all right, let's sit down, let's resolve this situation. Do you believe that we can do that on our own?
It really depends, because
wow, I mean,
it does, because you cannot deny that we can agree to disagree, and you still feel how you feel. I still feel how I feel. We still don't understand each other, but move on. I think we've gotten to a place where we, like I said before, like you realize some stuff is just not that serious and you let it go. But don't say that it wouldn't be 100% better if like you genuinely understood where your mate was coming from.
I don't see a third party make it into where, okay, now I understand, versus it coming from you. I feel like coming from you, I will understand it more versus a third party.
Because I know you first of all, you're gonna reject anybody that's not in this relationship. Period. You gonna reject anybody's opinion.
That's not true.
I've said it before.
That's
like,
not true.
Like when we get into spats and I'll be like, I know I'm right. I ask and you be like, I don't give a what nobody else gotta say. Like that's how you.
Okay, you got me. Okay.
So that would be your attitude and your disposition going into therapy. So I feel like it wouldn't be worth it because I already know your stance on it. But overall, for couples, and whether you're married or not, if you plan on getting married, I think that
I can kind of say the same for you though. I can kind of say the same for you.
What?
Because if we're having a spat and I'd be like, let's call so and so and see what they say. You don't solely just take what they say and be like, okay, maybe I was tripping. It's kind of like
I don't, but that's not the atmosphere. The atmosphere is you more so trying to prove me wrong. You don't go to therapy to try to prove the other person wrong. You go to therapy to understand each other wholeheartedly. So it's two totally different intentions. Like if you say, I'm gonna call your mom, and you do that because you know that certain stuff my mom is gonna agree with you on.
No, I don't know that when I be like, yo, let's call your mom and see what she say. I don't know that she's gonna agree with me.
For the most part, you have an idea.
It's more like so me calling that person to figure out, am I tripping?
But then if you know for a fact that people will be on my side, then you hit me with the you don't care what nobody gotta say.
That's not true. That's
true.
Not true. Because you never be like, well, I'm gonna call so and so and see what they say. I only be like, yo, let's call your mom. I
ask anybody. That's what I say. I can ask anybody right now, and you be like, I don't care what you, whoever say what.
That's cap.
That is not cap. That is cap. You. But anyway, and like it's not like in your mind, therapy means it's all bad and we need somebody to fix it, and that's not the case.
That's kind of how I feel about
like, but with like therapy, like you can always also talk about stuff that maybe does not apply at the time. Like when we got together, we didn't discuss how many kids we wanted, the whole wedding thing, like if you wanted a wedding, if I wanted a wedding. Like we didn't discuss certain things that when you go to therapy you discussed. We kind of just went with the motions.
Yeah, I kind of feel like going with the flow. Okay, all right, we in this relationship, we want to get married. You want to get married, I want to get married, so guess what, let's get married. I don't feel like a person telling me, well, maybe I should get married right now. What if the therapist would have said that?
I mean, you still make your own decisions and you can choose to take stuff with a grain of salt. No, but I'm not against, like I said, I'm not against.
Yeah, but the therapist could have like changed your mind. You know what I'm saying? A third party could have changed your mind. Like, well, I don't think y'all should get married. And then now you leaving this therapy appointment and you thinking to yourself like, should I be getting married right now? Or should I take my time? Well,
if I am influenced like that, or the person that's leaving therapy is influenced like that, then maybe there is an issue that they need, not necessarily just because someone said, but they can bring out things that maybe, you know what I mean, you're blinded by because of whatever reason. So I'm not saying that may not be a bad thing in somebody's case. Like there's some people that get married that probably shouldn't have gotten married.
I look at it like, if we've been rocking for 5 years before we decide to get married, why should this person come in and then sway your opinion on
But-
whether you should marry this person you've been dealing with for 5 years.
You oughta like
That's
you
5
going
years
in there
of you
with
knowing
the-
this person. You've been knowing this person for 5 years. You've known me for this many years. Now all of a sudden, okay, let's go to counseling, and then the counselor be like, "Yo, give it another year." Nah, we ready right now.
But why?
We thought we was ready right now, but now this counselor saying we may not be ready.
But why do you have the idea that a counselor is gonna come with some kind of negative influence on the relationship?
The possibility of that.
So you're saying that you're against it because of the unknown, and you would rather not deal with the unknown.
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense. You face stuff head on. Like you said, we can get through anything, right?
We can.
And we have been getting through anything, right?
Yes.
So the nature of
We've
somebody...
been getting through anything with me and you. A third party, we never tried a third party to get through something. Whether or not I called your mom on a situation or whatever, it was still between us.
Yeah, but...
But this is a counselor. Your mom's not a counselor. She's just another person who's giving her opinion on something. This third party is more like... For women, I feel like this counselor sways their opinion on things. For a man, you going in there like... As a man, I'm kind of going into this counseling like, all right, my wife wanted me to do counseling.
Right.
So I'm going to do counseling. I have no issue with it. But I don't want this counselor to now sway my wife's opinion on our marriage. So that's why I'm kind of
So you must think
that.
I'm easily influenced.
No, it's just
That's
I don't want to.
That's what you're implying.
I don't want to subject women to counseling just 100%, but I can almost guarantee you that 99% of counseling is because of the wife. She wants to do counseling versus the man. The man feels like everything is fine. The wife feels like, okay, we're having a couple hiccups. Let's go and get counseling. Am I right?
Because that's only, yeah, that's true. And maybe I influence your opinion because the only time I do mention counseling is when we get into argument. You get on my nerves. So I've never mentioned counseling in a light of, more recently I did, but it's, I mean, I guess maybe I've already swayed. That's true. Like, I didn't even think about that. The only time I've mentioned counseling in the 10, 11 years we've been together is if we get into argument and I feel like he's just annoying me so bad. And I know he's against counseling, so sometimes I use it as ammo, like, well, we just need to go to counseling then. So I can say that in the matter or in the way that
why do we need to go to
present it,
counseling? Because we don't agree?
I mean,
we
that's
agree to
those,
disagree?
Yeah, those.
So now we need counseling because of that? Versus let's figure it out between us. Let's figure out why we don't agree. You say your piece. Okay, alright, well, I feel like this over here. Alright, well, babe, I kind of feel like you feeling like this over here. If you just change this part right here, then you will see what I'm saying. Oh, okay, babe, I get it now. You know what I'm saying? That's something figuring out between us.
I get it, but in life too, people change. Like, I'm not the person that you got with 10 years ago. I've grown. You're not the person that I got with 10 years ago. You've grown and things change. Like, maybe the things that we've established together or the things that we wanted together or agreed with together, like, have now changed. Like we go back and forth with more kids, if we should have more kids or not. We have 4 collectively.
Ain't no therapist telling me that for the kids, huh?
It's not even about that. Like, it don't make me no never mind either way. I go back and forth because I just go back and forth. But the idea of, like, it wouldn't even be an issue if you go to counseling and it's just like, beforehand, you know, where I knew where you stand. If you said, I want 3 kids and that's it, and I don't want no more kids, yada yada yada, this, that, and third, I knew what I was getting into. So 3 kids come around, I know, like, all right, we wrapping it. He told me from jump, But we went into this with no plan for kids or whatever. Well, Damari was playing, Leia was not, Summer was not.
Okay.
And I mean, if we were to get pregnant again, that baby would not be playing.
Right.
But I know that you feel strongly about not having any more kids. You know that I'm okay with not having any more kids, but if we have another one, like, it is what it is. So we are at something that we've never discussed, and now we're at a brick wall right here, because
we're not at a brick wall. We are at a highway, a clear highway. We are not having no more kids. We got 4 kids. 4. Mario Jr., Damari, Leia, and Summer. That's 4 kids. We are finito. I don't want any more kids, and she knows that.
So why don't you want any more kids?
I got 4.
But you never put a number on how many kids you wanted. You never did it. Like, as we were talking the whole time, you don't put a number on anything. You just don't.
I'm putting a number on it right now.
You see, this is what I'm saying.
No, not right now. You know that it's OV with me. Like, I'm not trying to have no more kids. You know, every 3 years, if y'all watched our last video, our last couple of videos, every 3 years we get pregnant. Summer is about to be 2 years old. So we got like a year left, and I'm just not trying to have another kid.
See, but
another
this is
baby
the thing.
is just out, man. It's just, I want us to be able to enjoy. Let me word this right. I want us to be able to enjoy our time watching these kids grow older. I don't want to have to relive a newborn and waking up, having to change diapers, having to feed. I'm past that stage. I'm just past that point of doing that. So I think we are in agreement that no more kids is popping out.
But what I'm saying is, I mentioned that to say that could have been a discussion in counseling, premarital, or even during these years that we've been together. That could have been a discussion in counseling. You could have said, I'm done after 3 kids, like, that's it. And
I can agree with that, but I don't think that would have been I don't know. I can't say that wouldn't have been a discussion in counseling, because I don't honestly know.
Yeah, you don't know, because you're so against it, and you think that it's so negative. And I don't know. I don't have. This is one of those agree disagree. I don't understand why you just have this. No, I'm not gonna say I don't understand, because I did say the only time that I mentioned counseling in the past is when you've pissed me off. So I could be the reason why you feel the way that you feel about counseling. I don't know, but
no, it's you're not the reason. I just feel like if we can't figure it out within our household, between us, I don't see another person being able to figure it out for us.
But you don't know because you've never tried.
I don't know, but that's just how I think.
How many times have you been against or not with or don't see something and I've led you to the water?
Plenty of times.
So
counseling ain't one of them things where it's like I'm just gonna be like, all right, doc.
I mean, you don't know. He or she could hold you down. Like, you don't know. That's why I say, even if you go one time and be like, this ain't it, like, this ain't for me, then cool. But to not try it and to have that's like the kids. Like, you put something in front of Damari's face and he said, I don't like that, I'm not gonna eat it. Your favorite thing is you ain't even tried it.
That's a fact.
So I feel like it's the same thing. And I'm not just, I am just saying this to you because you're my husband. It's really the only one I actually care about. But I know lots of men feel the same way about counseling, and I don't get that. Is it like an ego thing? Like, is it
It's
like a pride
100%
thing?
an ego thing. It's like there's no third party that's gonna tell me how to fix my relationship. Well, Demario, maybe you should do this.
Well, what's wrong with saying
My
maybe you
wife
should
can
do
tell
this?
me what I'm doing wrong, and I can correct it.
Maybe I can't get through to you.
What?
I'm not saying that is the case. I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying like real, like in the marriage, you think you can't get through to your husband? You think you can't talk to
We've
your
been
husband?
fortunate enough to have open lines of communication and not have really bad spats to where it's like we can't communicate. But it happens. Like, it's not impossible. It happens. And you have to know
but
that.
let's just say that we're not them. And we know how to figure it out. But yet, at times, you still want to do counseling. Why? When we figure it out for the 99 out of 100 times, but on 100 times you want to do counseling? That's what I don't agree on. I don't see why we want to do counseling when, okay, we can't figure out one scenario versus the 99 that we figured out. Now all of a sudden we need to go see the doctor. Like, I don't agree with that.
I can respect that. But I don't agree that you are just completely against the idea of counseling. But
I'm willing to give it a shot, but I don't think that I'll go in. Am I going to go in there with an open mind? I don't know. I'm kind of going
I don't think you
to.
would, so I don't think it's necessary.
I kind of would go in there playing defense. Like I say to you, like you playing defense. Like when we talking, you playing defense. I would probably go in there automatically playing defense. Kind of like, I'm here because y'all about to come at me, basically.
Yeah.
That's how I would feel. So
you don't think counseling is for the man? Maybe you should try a counseling session by yourself without me to see how you like it, and then you can.
That means I have to open up to a stranger, like
a
that's
professional
tough, yo.
stranger.
That's
See,
like
okay,
tough.
so now it's coming out.
Yeah,
You
open
have an
up.
issue with opening up to an absolute stranger.
Yeah, it's a third party that you do not know. Why would I would go and talk to my man before I go and talk to a complete stranger about what's going on in my life. Or how I feel about my wife doing this or my wife doing that. I would feel like I'm disrespecting you because I'm talking behind your back.
And that's it. So you don't talk to, for the most part, you don't talk to your friends about anything that go on here.
No, because
Or
I feel
anything
like
you feel. Then you're against talking to a professional. But what happens in times where, like, I've really upset you, or I really don't understand you, or you really don't understand me, and you have it bottled in? Like, I just feel like that can leave room for tension and affect us in other scenarios because of bottled up emotions. Or
you know me well enough to know that, alright, I may feel away for a couple hours, but once some couple hours is up, I'm kind of getting back into myself. Like, I'm not finna let this bother me, man.
right, but then that doesn't mean that it has been resolved. That's just you being as mellow as you are. Like, you don't let stuff bother you.
But I feel like you know me. You know who I am. You know, okay, alright, this might have bothered him, so I'm gonna give him his time right now. Maybe he'll come back and he'll discuss it with me or not. A counselor telling me, alright, well, you had your time. When your time is up, go back and discuss it with your wife. Nah, I'm moving on from that. I'm not finna go back and harp on that. We're not beefing about that. No. Let's just move on. We are good. We are 100%.
But that's not addressing stuff. So, I mean, because there's times that has happened where we get into a disagreement and it's to the point where somebody's upset for a short period of time and then we just don't talk about it anymore. But that's not addressing the issue, so that leaves it open for it to happen again or somebody to feel some type of way.
So should you feel like everything, I can say everything should be addressed? Do you agree?
Yeah, and then I feel like some stuff that cannot be addressed in the house, or you feel like if it's continually addressed, it's going to be a continued argument, can benefit from a counselor or a third party, as you say, that can sit on the other side of the fence and be like,
I still don't.
hey, I've been there. Me and my husband have been there. Me and my wife have been there before. In the past, this is what we've tried. Like you're not open to that, but you're a very open person and you're optimistic when it comes to, like, if I come to you and be like, hey, babe, I read this. I seen that this worked in scenarios. Let's try it. You open to that?
Yeah.
But
because it's coming from you. You're my wife. At the end of the day, like, my wife want to try this.
I don't have
I'm
the answers.
100% with it.
I don't always have the answers.
It doesn't matter. You came to me with something, though. That's the same thing the doctor's going to do. He's going to come to me with a solution. Like, okay, he's coming to me with a possible solution, not an actual solution. It's maybe y'all should try this, or maybe y'all should try that. That's the same thing you brought to me. So why can't we try that before we put somebody else in our business?
I mean, I understand that, and I'm not.
Just saying.
I'm not against it. Like I said, I mean, that's why we're married and we're still together. Counseling for me is not a deal breaker, because I don't think that we cannot get past anything. Like,
I agree. So
far, we've been doing really well with trying to communicate, moving forward, and stuff like that. But I think that sometimes even counseling can make a good relationship great.
You may be right.
But we may never know.
We never know. I'm open. I'm 100% open to going to counseling. I just have to get to that point where it's like, all right, let's give it a shot.
And I respect his opinion. Like I said, we are not in a place where it's like, oh, we must do counseling. Do I recommend it for everybody? I do. Do I recommend it for us? I do. But if he's not comfortable, I'm not going to make him do that. Or, you know, it's just, I feel like if he wants to, or when he's ready, he'll say that he is. Or if it gets to a certain extent where it's really bad and it's like counseling is necessary, he ain't going to fight with me about it. Because like he said, he is open to it.
Right.
He'll go in. Maybe he'll go in on defense. But you never know what'll happen until you're sitting across from a therapist and figuring it out. So, that is my opinion on it.
That's our take on counseling, pre-counseling, any type of counseling, man. If y'all feel like y'all need to go to counseling, by all means, go to counseling. But if it's something that y'all can figure out within your household, me, myself, I feel like y'all should try to figure it out within your household before you include somebody else in your business. That's just my opinion.
And I'm sure you're not the only person that feel that way. So if you have a significant other that is against counseling, maybe he or she, I said he because it's more likely the man than the woman, but maybe your mate shares some of the same thoughts and opinions on it as my husband, and maybe this episode will help you understand a little bit better. But I'm like I said, I'm not against it, but I'm with him on, if we could keep figuring it out together, then that's what it is. That's what also builds a relationship too, when you don't need anybody else to help you get through and become stronger. So
that's today's episode.
I hope you got something out of this. Like we said in previous episodes, we aren't always gonna agree. We don't always agree.
Right.
And that's just what it is. But I did, before we end this episode, want to talk about the giveaway, because I mentioned a couple, like 2-3 weeks ago, that we were gonna do a giveaway. So we were waiting on some stuff to come in before we actually revealed the giveaway. So we are going to pick one lucky subscriber to win something that we've been working on. It is our Marriage Madness Uno for Lovers. In the box, it is a set of Uno cards, special instructions for lovers and mates that would make the game well more fun than the original instructions.
Very, very fun. I'll tell you that.
We just played it.
Very fun. I'll say this: if you and your significant other can get through this game, if y'all can finish this game, I salute y'all. But I can guarantee you, you and your spouse, significant other, your boyfriend, whoever, y'all cannot finish this game. It's gonna be tough. It's called Uno for Lovers.
So in it, like,
where the rules at?
No, you can't tell them the rules.
We gotta. All right.
You can't tell them the rules, because you just can't tell them the rules.
It's lit. I'm telling you,
it's definitely lit. In here is actually two personalized Marriage Madness shot glasses for the alcohol that's gonna be needed, the deck of cards, and the special instructions. And it's definitely lit.
On the bottom of the instructions, it says drink responsibly. Drink responsibly. I should tell you that it's gonna get lit if you play this game.
Right. So we went ahead and decided on the I guess the entries, how we were gonna pick somebody. We have a new Instagram, Rio and Cara, just RIOANDCARA. Follow that. We have our Facebook page, Marriage Madness with Rio and Cara. Like that. Subscribe to our channel. And do you want them to? And
just comment below this video, Marriage Madness with Rio and Cara. Hashtag that. And we'll take a look at those who are participating, and we'll select the winner from that.
And we'll announce the winner on the next video. So, and this will be headed to you once we get your address and stuff. But yeah, hopefully whoever whoever wins this, enjoy it and can tell people about it. And actually, we are going to have this on our website as well. We're working on a marriage apparel website. It's active right now, but we're still working on it, so I'm not gonna tell y'all right now. Maybe in the next episode I'll drop the link when we put this on there. But for those who don't win, don't be upset, because you'll have the opportunity to purchase this if you want. But yeah, so thanks for watching. We hope that you found some kind of insight from this episode, and we'll be back with another episode in a few days, right?
A few days. It's Rio. It's my wife, Cara. Peace.